welcome to UK Rugby Sevens TV. Well, it's finally here. We're at the first leg of the UK National Super 7 Series. I'm Charles Abban.
And I'm Kate Woodward, and we're here at Bury St Edmunds Rugby Club to check out what should be an action-packed day of sevens. National Super Series here in Bury St Edmunds, and the teams are out in full force with 12 core sides from across the UK and 4 invitational sides battling it out. These are some of the best teams across the UK.
And with teams like the Northampton Saints and the Templars fielding an outstanding lineup of players, it promises to be a cracking day of rugby. So what are we waiting for? Let's go check out the action. We're now joined by Terry Sands, who's Tournament Director for Bury St Edmunds, and Barry Talbot, who's the Super Sevens Committee Chairman. So gentlemen, tell us, what's the Super Sevens series all about?
It started 3 years ago with the UR7s when they actually set up the structure of a series tournament. Unfortunately that didn't quite run to 4, so Terry, myself and Adam Hurst of Apache took it upon ourselves to get hold of what we had, which was the 10 sides and some venues, and actually set up the series for a 16-team tournament with 12 core sides and 4 invitational sides at each venue.
Okay, so Terry, tell us why we're at Bury St Edmunds today.
Well, obviously I was a member of the committee on the Super 7 series, and we decided that we wanted to support grassroots rugby as much as we could. And we looked at the various different venues around the country, and Bury St Edmunds has had a really good tournament here for the last 2 or 3 years, and pretty much unanimous decision really that we said, well, let's have them as one of the events.
Okay, fantastic. So for our viewers, can you tell us what they can expect to see here in terms of rugby and other off-field activities?
Well, I think obviously we've kind of bought into the activities off the pitch. We've obviously got bouncy castles and hog roasts, and we've got children's activities and pretty much everything. We've got corporate hospitality. There's lots and lots of things that are going on here for a really, really good day out, not just for rugby supporters, but also for kind of Joe public.
Okay, that's great. Now Barry, in terms of the teams that are here, any particular teams to look out for?
Well, I'm obviously obliged to say White Hart Marauders, because I've been involved with them. It is our 30th year in Sevens rugby, so it does lay down a little bit of history. Terry's Samurai teams are always here on good form. Whalers, Pups, Templars. You have got the strongest set of teams here. Kamikaze, the teams that have all been around for a while, and they all set a standard they need to adhere to.
Okay, so what are your hopes and aspirations for A, this tournament, and B, for this venue?
I think it's fair to say that Bury St Edmunds really know how to put a tournament on. In terms of where we see it going, as Terry said earlier, we really do want to develop the grassroots side. And we're here to develop young players. There are some players here that have been around a few years, but when you look generally, you'll see there's an awful lot of young players coming through that we do see being the stars of the future, and that's what the series is there to try and develop.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out to talk to us. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. I'm sure that all those watching here will say that it's been well organised, so thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much to UK Rugby Sevens for supporting the event. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Well done, chaps.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Skill of the week.
Hi, I'm Noah Cates of Northampton Saints, and this is my skill of the week. Hey! Woohoo!
I'm with Hamish Males now, who is a bit of a regular on the Sevens circuit, and he's currently with Whalers at this tournament. So Hamish, tell me a bit about yourself. How long have you been playing Sevens, and have you always just played for the Whalers?
I've been playing Sevens since I was about 18, so it's about 7 years now. It's not always been with the Whalers. I've been part of the White Hart Marauders as well, and I've also played a couple of times for the Samurai team. Fortunately managed to get called up to the England Sevens side for the FIRA tournaments last summer, which was a great honour and a good opportunity. So that's pretty much been my Sevens career so far to date.
So how important do you find it as a player to be part of the National Series?
Well, the National Series has been growing over the last few years. It's been a great opportunity for the lads to be seen by a lot of the international coaches, and it's a great development tool. As we say here today, we've got Leicester and Northampton Saints as well who are playing, bringing some of their young lads through, and I think it's been, as a player, it's been fantastic, and it's a good opportunity. It's a bit more relaxed, a bit more light-hearted than the 15th season, so it's been great fun.
And how are the Whalers doing today?
Well, the Whalers have had a good start so far. We managed to beat the Templars in the first game with a last-minute penalty, which was a bit controversial, but then had a good run out second time round against the Leicester younger squad, beat them 33-7, which was good. And so hopefully we'll progress into the quarter-finals and just kick on from there, basically.
And are you going to be involved in any other tournaments outside of the Super 7 series?
Well, hopefully I've got my calendar's fairly fully booked for the summer. I like to have a bit of a summer playing sevens going around the country, and hopefully going to Amsterdam as well end of this month, and then Bournemouth, which is a bit of a party atmosphere down there, so that'll be good fun.
Hamish, tell me which team, in your opinion, is the one to look out for today?
Well, of course, I'm going to back my own team, the HFW Whalers. We've got a strong side, so hopefully we'll be able to go all the way. But other sides who are looking strong, Samurai Barracudas, and they've always got a good side. And obviously the Saints, they've brought out some of their big names. Scotty Armstrong's here, Noah Cato, all the sort of big dogs that they've got out. But I think it'll be one of those three, to be fair. But as Sevens is, it's a pretty unpredictable game, so we'll just see how it goes on the day.
Of course. Thanks, Hamish. Thanks for your time.
Thanks very much.
This week we've got a head-to-head situation with a father and a son here. This is Garen Jenkins, he's an ex-Welsh international, and we've got Owen Jenkins here who plays for British Students. 7 questions, okay boys? First question, where was 15's rugby said to have started?
Rugby.
In rugby, correct. Question 2, where is Sevens said to have started?
Scotland.
Whereabouts in Scotland?
Melrose.
Correct.
Come on, Gav, you got it, Gav.
Third question, who has scored the most international points in 15s?
Dan Carter.
Correct.
He's old age by now.
Question 4, who has scored the most in 7s?
Ben Gollins for England.
Correct.
I'm trying to move, man, but I'm just like...
Question 5, where will the next Rugby World Cup 7s be held?
Is it Rio de Janeiro?
It's not, I'm afraid.
Russia!
It's over. Russia is correct!
I got a Russian name, so you got it.
Question 6, who is the current Welsh 7s captain?
Richard.
No, that's wrong, I'm afraid. Is it Garen?
Richie Poo.
That's correct. Okay, now we're in a tie-break situation here with the Jenkins. So the final question, guys, and this is for the win. Who won the Super 7 series last year? Oh, right.
Samurai.
Yes, that's correct. The first final in the Super 7 Series 2012 at Bury St Edmunds was between Templars Sevens and Samurai Barracudas. Both teams had fought hard all day, coming up against tough opposition, but clearly stating their claim to the final and to top the first leg. On a somewhat cold and rainy day in Bury, come final time a lot of the support had dispersed, but with some true die-hard Sevens fans showing their love, this was always going to be a great final to watch. So newcomers to the series, Templars, had a challenge on their hands to take on an experienced Samurai team. With many of the Barracudas players previously pulling on a Samurai jersey, they were certainly a team not to be underestimated. And they showed it too. A well-worked try stretching the Templar defence and scored by Will Brock, an ex-Australian IRB player. With the try converted by Will Thomas, Samurai were already looking good. And still Samurai piled on the pressure, with the Templars struggling to keep up with the physicality. A second try from Mike Canty came quickly from the fast feet of Jack Walsh and again gave Templars something to be worried about. Another try came straight away with Jack Walsh, this time hot-stepping and finishing the try himself with a turnover from a Templars ball. With 3 tries up, it was starting to look quite one-sided. Will Thomas again converted to give Samurai even more of a lead. Yet again, Samurai struck instantly from the kickoff, again from the fast feet of Jack Walsh and the speedster Will Thomas securing the try under the post and converting his own score. However, Templars were not giving up. They never looked like they were ready to give in, and a hard battled try came towards the end of the first half. After a nice break downfield and some great support lines, Alan Olcock scored under the post with a delightful chip and chase move and possibly won for the Try of the Season award. With the try also converted, this gave Templars a well-needed boost. But it wasn't for long, as Samurai again piled on the pressure, scoring with a fabulous effort from Will Thomas, stepping his way through the Templar lines and supported by a number of the team. After some messy ball on the ground, Luke Smart again took a cheeky try under the post to lead them into half-time and what was looking to be a Samurai onslaught. Both teams had lots to discuss at half-time, although I can imagine the Samurai talks were probably a little more relaxed. Although Templars didn't seem to be up to the Samurai challenge, it should be said that they had fought hard all day and had some impressive victories. They were certainly the team to reach the final. So Samurai again started the second half with possession, but this time found it harder to break the Templar defence. With the Templars looking a lot more organised, Samurai had to work hard to compete. After another bout of fancy footwork for the fans, Samurai eventually scored again in the corner from Will Thomas off a cheeky tap penalty and some great feet. But Templars still battled it out, and with a try being disallowed, they fought hard to stay in the half. However, Samurai were determined to ruin their day, and another try came in the middle of the park from a fantastic break from John Carter with the legs to make the try line, and for some reason who the crowd seemed to think was Jesus. Well, he was certainly performing miracles on the pitch. So with the Samurai team well and truly conquering the day, it was actually Templars who had the last say. Determined not to be completely undone, some skillful play and a great supporting run saw Tom Chapman of the Templars score under the posts and take the final points of the game, converting it himself. So, final score 45-14 to the Samurai, a result I'm sure they will be very pleased about. So with Samurai topping the table going into the second leg, it's still all to play for. With Templars and Whalers knocking on the door, Worthing is set to be a great tournament, and not an easy one for any team. With Holland and Nigeria running out as guest sides, and British students, Apache, Marauders and Pups all doing well at Bury, it's going to be quite an event. So we'll see you there for another action-packed day of Sevens.
Okay, so that's the end of the final. I'm here with Terry Sands, the coach of the winning team, and Mark Bright, the captain. So guys, how do you feel after that sensational win?
Yeah, it was a pretty good win. We didn't expect to win by that much, but the boys, it's been a big day. We've had to play 6 games, so the boys are pretty stoked with the victory.
Okay, so Terry, you've won the first leg of the Super 7 series. What are your hopes and aspirations for the rest of the tournament?
Well, of course, we want to we want to do well, and we aspire to greater things, and we want to win the series 3 times on the trot. But it's going to be tough. I think we've all seen today, that the guys have had to play 6 games. The last game 10 minutes each way, and I think we've all seen today the level of competition that's going to be this series.
Okay, so we've seen some outstanding talents from a number of the teams here today. Do you see this kind of tournament as a stepping stone for some of the players here to go on to play rugby at a higher level?
Oh, very much so. I mean, you've obviously got the IRB World Sevens Series, then you've got the JP Morgan Sevens, and then we've kind of situated ourselves just below that. And there's a lot of guys here today that use this for different things. They use it for coming back from injury. We've got a lot of youngsters with the students and the charitables and the rambling jesters. They're all looking to help develop players, and I think this tournament's got a big role. The series has got a big role to play.
Okay, guys, congratulations once again. Look forward to seeing you at the rest of the series. Congratulations.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Brighty. Thank
Cheers,
you.
big man.
Thanks very much.
Well, Kate, we've had an outstanding day, despite the weather, some cracking rugby, excellent final, and some great talent to look out for.
So next time we will be in Worthing, and that will be on the 26th of May. Hopefully the weather will be slightly better then. Until then, see you on the circuit.
See you guys.